That's a little theme song you made?
Yep.
All
Better
right.
than this theme song. Hit it!
Movies, music, story times, all kinds of shit for you. Everything goes in the house tonight from
Anyway, so what the fuck is this video about?
Well, no one asked for it, but here it is. Town Tales Part 2.
Town Tales, Town
No,
Tales.
don't make it. We already have enough theme songs.
I really didn't want to make a Town Tales 2, but here we are. It sucks like poo.
Yeah, it does.
Anyway.
This isn't really a town's tale, but it did happen in the town.
Okay.
So I guess it is a town's tale. Anyway, this is about the time that we were sword fighting.
Oh, you already told this story in
I
another
did?
video. Yeah.
All right, then scrap that.
So let's skip that and actually tell this story. Anyway, the long story short, if you haven't seen that video, and you haven't,
Nope.
is that I almost took his eye out by launching a spear at his face. But this was literally like a week later or so,
Yeah.
after I had sliced his arm open
This
with
is the
a
one I was
fake ass
gonna tell.
sword.
Yeah.
So in the span of a week, I almost killed you twice.
It was the rustiest piece of metal ever. Cut my freaking arm open. And the solution was literally put a maxi pad on it.
That's how we roll here.
We don't do stitches up in this. Stitches are for bitches.
Yep.
Anyway, that was my tail that you deflated. So I hope you got another one.
I deflated it with this here big ass knife.
Yep.
AKA machete, I guess. Anyway, one time we went out to a local, I guess it's a park. I mean, it really isn't. It's a piece of shit. That's what it is. We live in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
So when we go to this park out in the desert, it's literally just we go to a designated area of desert.
That people decided to call it a park.
Yeah. They have some picnic tables, I guess.
That's it.
And the world's hottest slide, because it's in blazing sun,
I don't
is
even
always
think
hitting
that
it.
slides there anymore.
Probably not. Probably somebody stole it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this park exists and it sucks. And I don't even know why we went there.
No.
But we went there, and I used to have this tiny little fucking purple car that
It was when you first got your car, and we were like, I guess we could explore now.
I guess, yeah.
It was before internet was widely available, and we had nothing to do.
I don't know what the fuck it was. The point is, we ended up at that park for no good reason. And this car wasn't the most dependable vehicle. One of the things one of its quirks, if you will, was that if you press the brake, it wouldn't work on occasion.
That's a good quirk.
And fuck, man, I almost died like 10 million times in that car. But anyway, I decided to take that hunk of metal up there, because it's so trustworthy. And we're driving into the park, and it's just a fucking path in the dirt that's differentiated only by the fact that there's the occasional brush where it's not a path.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going down this path. We're about to turn into the park when all of a sudden I notice that we're face deep in fucking sand.
Yep.
And I've driven to what apparently is some sort of fucking sand trap.
I was like the Scorpion King, only lamer somehow.
Very much lamer. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I literally drove into the loosest sand since, French hooker's vagina.
Oh, man, that was a good scene.
Oof.
Woo!
Could have gone with something like, I don't know, a Kardashian's Tang or something, but I went for that old classic.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was fucking loose is what I'm saying. and it didn't go up to the window.
No.
But I had to force my way out of the car because it had gone up to door level, like mid door level, the sand. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? So you and me get off, and my ex is in the vehicle, and she has to put in her. Yeah, right. That's who it was. It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
And she had to put it in reverse while we pushed the fucking car back.
I do remember the pushing. Was not good.
And it took forever because each time we strained forward to push, we would bury ourselves. So anyway, we're sand people by the end of this fucking thing.
Yeah, we are.
We finally somehow managed, the back wheels managed to get traction on harder ground, and they pull out the front.
Oh yeah, man. I now remember. Yeah.
And I realize, holy fuck,
that was not good.
Every part of this vehicle must have sand in it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it's gonna work now because fuck, how is that much sand in something and it's still gonna function, right? Especially this piece of crap car. So I back up, and it sounded a little rough, you know. And I'm like, man,
Them
so
gears be sandy.
yeah, for sure. And then I said, you know what? This thing's either gonna bust completely or not. Either way, we gotta get some of the sand out of it. And instead of heading towards town, I head towards further deep into the wilderness
because we're already far away from town.
very far away. I head further into the wilderness.
It's a good idea.
On an actual road, mind you, this time. But it's still on shit staying nowhere. And as I'm driving, I'm literally a fucking cloud of dust.
Yep.
Like, there's so much dust in this vehicle that I'm just emanating an aura of fucking sand. Anyway, somehow it survived.
Somehow.
True story. That vehicle ended up in Mexico and is probably being used for illicit purposes now.
All right.
But at least somebody got a few bucks out of it, so that's something.
Yeah, that's a thing. I did have another story that I was going to segue into from that because it was a perfect segue, but I completely forgot what it was. So now we're just floundering. Looks like this channel.
Speaking of flounders, is that what fucking Nemo is?
What?
I don't know. I'm going for something here, and I don't know what it is.
That's terrible segue. Okay, so this is not the original intended segue, which was a better tale, but I can't remember it right now. But it is somewhat related. We did get stuck in that sand, and it sucked. But we also got stuck in a canal once. The same canal you almost fell into.
You know what? That's the tale I was gonna segue into.
Yep.
Yeah. So we were out adventuring on one of our Zinj details.
Yep.
And yeah, we came across that there's a lot. We live around a lot of farmland. We're basically isolated.
It's just farm and desert.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one or the other, farm or desert, no in between.
Which makes no sense because those two things usually don't go together.
But they do here.
They do here.
Yeah, man. And we were out venturing, like my little cool pose.
Nope.
We were out venturing, and we came across this big ass county canal, and it was drained basically, but recently. So the riverbed
looked dry.
It looked dry and cracked and shit, but it was just a fucking facade because
it really was.
That bitch was ready to trick, and we decided in all our wisdom that our heavy asses should trek down to this cool little fucking cracked riverbed and, you know, crunch some of them cracks underneath our feet.
Oh, that was actually our reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
I thought you were just saying that, but no, that was actually like, oh, let's go crack some dirt.
Crack some cracks.
Damn, that's dumb.
Yeah, stupid logic. Makes no sense. It's not even logic. It's like, why are we doing this? Yeah. But anyway, that was our plan, if you want to call it that. And we get about halfway down and realize that we're about balls deep into some mud. And let me tell you something about mud. It sucks. Yeah. Literally everything off of you.
Yep. Now, okay. I have to kind of add to this because it was you that went down first. Mm-hmm. And you started sinking.
Yep. Oh, so, and I sunk.
Yeah, so the reasoning behind me going in was I'll help him out. You signed off on this idea. And so I went in and you know what happened? I started sinking too!
Here's the reason I signed off on the idea. Because to a certain level, the ground was dry. But at my level, the ground wasn't dry. So you grabbed me, but in grabbing and trying to pull me up at a slant angle, you started to slide into the mud instead because I'm stuck. I'm older than you, and you know, just by default of that, your leverage sucks.
Yep.
So you fucking start sliding in, and you were smaller then too, so, you know.
I start sliding in the worst way possible. Like, by the end of this, my dick was in your ass, basically. I was behind. It looked like I was giving you the Heimlich or some shit. Yeah. I was behind you, under you somehow, and literally my penis was touching your a-hole, and it looked like you were riding my dick.
And here was the bad part about that. As I tried to fucking extricate myself from the fucking mud, my pants were being pulled down.
Yeah, they were.
Because, again, as aforementioned, the mud sucks.
Yeah, it does.
And, ooh, it sucked my pants off. Ooh. Thankfully, it didn't suck my fucking undies off.
Yeah.
But it was trying. It was trying real good.
Yeah. So it was literally a thin sheet.
I literally had to crawl my way out slowly. And, it was kind of despairing.
It actually was.
The only thing that didn't make it despairing was that I couldn't imagine sinking lower than that, physically and morally. but I knew that eventually somebody would have to come find us, right?
The thing is, we didn't know how long this river was dry and if it was going to start up again. Most likely it wasn't.
Yeah.
But you never know. And when you're freaking waist deep in mud, that really starts creeping in your mind. Like, oh man, this river's going to start up again. And we're going to be dead. Even though realistically the river, comes in slow.
Yeah, yeah.
But when you're in there, you're not thinking.
You're not thinking about
especially
that.
when your penis is in someone's asshole.
And when I'm trying to get out and I have to bend over and pull myself out, and as I do so, my pants lower.
Yeah, and then the mud's pushing you back, so it just looks like you're going. It really wasn't good. Meanwhile, I'm in the back being attacked by freaking baby frogs because there was like 8,000 little toads that I guess had just birthed, and they were like attaching to me and shit. Thankfully, I like frogs, but I was like, man, this is the thing.
Now, I remember getting out first. I do remember this. I had successfully gotten out. We were literally over waist deep.
Yeah.
And I had gotten out up to about my knees. And right around that point, the mud sucked my shoe out.
Yeah.
One of them. And I decided in all my wisdom to go back, scoop my foot back in the shoe.
Good idea.
And bring the shoe with me.
I actually lost my shoes.
Surprisingly, it worked. And I actually managed to get out. And if I remember correctly, and I may be wrong here, correct me if I am, I laid, on the actual dry, non-river portion of ground and reached down and had to help you haul yourself out.
Yeah, the actual solution was you actually went deeper into the river because it was drier down there.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. So you went into the dry area and pulled me out, which, of course, made my ass show. And frogs definitely went in there.
And they're
And they're still in there, which explains my scent. No, that's actually just because I'm a pig. And I lost my shoes because, again, freaking Fango sucks.
And I gotta say, this is probably where your shoe hate started. Because ever since then, you've been in Birkenstocks.
That's a good point. You know what?
Stanky ass sandals that stink.
I've never thought of that. Since then, I have not really worn shoes regularly. It's either Birks or freaking stanky ass rat smelling feet.
Yeah, those feet though.
Now, here's another problem that came up when we finally got into the riverbed. Oh shit, we have to go back up the Fango to get out. Fango is mud, in case you're wondering. So you pulled me out into the riverbed, and we were like, okay, somehow this is dry, that's good. But then we looked up, and literally where we had just come from is where we have to go back out. Thankfully, we found an area that was a little bit drier, and we ended up getting out relatively easy. But once we were out, we were like, oh man, we gotta walk all the way home with freaking frogs in our anuses and shit.
Looking like turd legs.
Yep.
Anyway, that's our stories of getting stuck.
Yeah.
And turd legs.
I got another one, and this was the original one that was going to be the segue, and that is the car that would famously get stuck. Got stuck in the freaking railroad tracks once.
Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, this car would stall. It wouldn't brake when you wanted to.
Or it would brake, and that was the problem.
Yeah, one time it just stalled on the railroad tracks, and the train was coming.
Yep.
The lights started to blink and all that shit. So I told you to get off and push the car. And you got off. This was the funniest from my point of view. You got off and you pushed the car. I put it in neutral. You pushed the car. You pushed it off the tracks. Thankfully, there's that little hill that helps it get speed. So if it got speed, I could start it up and, be on our merry way, right? So the plan was you get on. You push it. I get speed. I start it up. You jump in, which I gotta say, for a couple of fat guys, is an ambitious fucking plot.
It really is.
Anyway, you push it off. I'm going pretty fast now. The car starts. I look back. Somehow, I see you running next to the car, and then I look forward again. And I guess you were trying to get in. I look forward again, and the moment I look forward, I hear, and I brake, and surprisingly, the brakes work, and I look back in the rearview mirror and realize I think I've run over this fool. And in the rear view and in the wash of the brake lights, which are red, I see you get up and your hair's all fucking fucked up and there's clouds of dust coming out of it. And then you amble up like a fucking zombie and shit. And I'm like, dude, you ran over. I mean, you're like, dude, you ran over me. And I'm like, are you okay? And you're like, yeah. And then you get in and we drive away.
So that's why I wear the mask.
Yeah.
My face is crushed under the wheel.
Yeah, your face was crushed. Anyway, it's been some other random ass tales of weirdness. Us getting stuck, you getting run over. I have a me getting run over story. We're running short on time.
I have another me getting run
fuck
over
that
too,
shit.
actually.
We'll tell her another tale.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's been Ahab and the GoonTick. Signing out. Hit like, share, subscribe, those notification buttons because we're out.